is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. Had this on lock since day one. All I care about is family and my day ones. Money, power, and respect be embedded in me. I don't care what you say, no one is better than me. Melanin be in my skin, so the pays watch. Middle finger to the ops and keep the semi-cocked. I'm the product of Wu-Pun, Big Pac. We don't gotta be cool, go kick rocks. Only ease the mind when I meditate. Pessimist at first, now I float with faith. I just know I'm special like a 38. Either I'll end up a hill or see the pearly gates. You won't see me smile till there's gold in it. I'm just being real, don't stick your nose in it. You ain't trying to listen to this rose in it. You ain't trying to listen to this rose in it. Bottle of that juice, man, the Henny sweet. Bring the pump to your kin, this ain't trick or treat. Test me, I'ma put you in forever sleep. I'm your antidote, and I'm puffing on the remedy. Find me in the cut, test the melodies. Cause I don't like what they be selling me. I'm wishing good luck to my enemies. Y'all gon' be stuck with the jealousy. Tell them I said recipes. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. Is that fire? I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. Had this on lock since day one. All I care about is family and my day one.
All right, y'all. All right. All right, y'all. Sorry for the difficulties. Here we go. How's everybody doing? We're gonna have some fun. 1 second. Ah. 1, 2. All right. 1. Live, y'all. Live. You can always tell when things go down. It is live. Oh man! All right, so sorry we had another show that was set up prior to this one, but I'm here. All right, so we'll make sure everything was going good. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Jets Fan Views. I am your host, Truth, and I'm going to speak to you, obviously, about the Jets, but from a fan's point of view. Be a little different than other individuals and the way they do things. No disrespect to them. Again, I am a huge Jet fan. I am pretty much anything that has the Jets on it, I'm going to read it. I'm going to watch it. So I'm a fan of everyone that does what they do. Even though I may or may not agree with everything that they do, I still watch and I'm a fan. So I'm going to be not too long today. I'll be real quick in and out. So I want to talk about last week's game. Again, I will never, ever pick my team to lose any game, no matter who they're going against. I am a firm, true believer in the any given Sunday. As long as one team is fully prepared, there's pretty much nothing that team will not be able to accomplish, whether people believe or not. You never know. That's just pretty much how it is. All right, so first I want to do is I want to give a congratulations to the Buffalo Bills for beating the brakes off of us. Thank you for that one. All right, I'm just all over the place. Forgive me. Just came from the gym and then I had to run and wash the car. All right, but shout out to them. Team is very well coached. They have surrounded that team on both sides of the ball, on the offensive side and the defensive side, with extreme talent. And they give the offense and the defense every opportunity to succeed. And they showed it by really taking full effect of Josh Allen's ability to run. Yes, he's not as accurate. Overthrew a couple of wide receivers, especially one in the end zone. The score probably would have been a lot worse than it actually was. But at the end of the day, the guy has talent. And Buffalo went to the playoffs last year, and they are the favorites to win the AFC East this year, and look like they're on their way, definitely heading to the playoffs again. So hats off to them. Again, well coached, great GM, well put together. They showed it on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. We'll see what they will be able to do in the weeks coming up because they lost both of their middle linebackers. So hopefully it doesn't affect them that bad. I don't want to play anybody that isn't at 100% because you never know, when you beat them and they're not 100%, it's not the same. It's pretty much where I'm going with it. All right, so enough about them. So I want to talk about the Jets. All right, I'm going to talk about the offense and the defensive separately. I'm going to talk about the coach situation and what people feel and how people feel. Shout out to Greeny. He went in on Adam Gase. Man said he wouldn't let him coach his Pop Warner team. I want to say this. I didn't know how important spring training was until I watched pretty much, not every single game, but I always watch a couple of games at the same time because I have multiple devices. But I didn't know how important it was. You had so many offsides with the crowd not being there and the hard counts. These guys haven't been able to have any preseason games. They haven't hit anybody that hasn't been on their team. So at the end of the day, these guys, what they want to do is they just want to hit somebody. And you see a lot of offsides. The crowd noise doesn't really, they try to amplify it up, but I think it's only at 70 decibels. And you have a lot of stadiums that are way into the hundreds. So it's not going to be as effective. So I don't think any team is actually going to really have an actual home game until they come up with a way of allowing some fans to actually enter the games. I know some states are allowing it, others aren't. So for the most part, for those teams that don't have it, they're going to have to come up with other ways to motivate their players. But I've always said you're getting paid a lot of money to play a game. That should be motivation enough. All right, so let's get back to Adam Gase. And I don't want to put the full blame on Adam Gase. Period. I didn't think he should have came out in the formation he came out in. We should have been in base. Bell back there, single high. He came out really trying to do a little trickery and stuff, and didn't work at all. Didn't make any changes in the offense really until the second half. Sam Darnold was rusty, low, high, overthrown, nowhere near the receivers. He really showed his rust. And again, it really showed the importance of playing a preseason game, playing against someone else defense. Now, when you're going to get your own defense over and over again, and they know they can't hit you, so there's only but so much they're going to do. There's only but going 100% but so much. And that's why the second and the third preseason game is so important, especially where a lot of the starters go into the second quarter and maybe some into the second half. And you get that game time experience. You get your timing routes and everything down. And especially with a lot of the injuries we're having on the offensive side of the ball, his timing was completely off. Overthrown, misthrown, not giving excuses, but that's, it's plain as day. Wasn't hitting the wide open receivers. Offensive line. Thank you. All right, and I want people to really truly understand that this offensive line that played Sunday is a complete 180 of the offensive line we had last year, where as soon as Donald said hike, he was pretty much had someone in his lap. And you could look at the game, watch the replays, watch the highlights. Sam Darnold had clean pockets on a regular basis. On a regular basis, he had a clean pocket to step up in. He could have ran a lot. Obviously, he doesn't have that mentality like Josh Allen to, okay, things are going. Tuck the ball, get us a couple of yards. But the offensive line held up. Shout out to the entire offensive line. Shout out to our general manager for revamping the entire thing and giving us, day 1, 5 brand new starters. Shout out to Becton. Yes, he gave up a sack, but for the most part, he was going against one of the great defensive ends in the game right now. Buffalo's front four is fierce, very strong, very aggressive. And for the most part, our offensive line held up. And Mekhi Becton, our first-round pick, held up very, very strong and did his thing. So I do want to applaud the offensive line. I want to also applaud the wide receivers. Hey, they can't throw the ball. They catch it themselves. Shout out to Crowder. I had that nice little 69-yard run. Bell is headed to the IR. He's going to be gone for at least 3 weeks. I don't want to play with hamstrings. You don't want to do that at all. The issue is our third-round pick, Piran, is hurt. So now we just have Frank Gore, we have Josh Adams, and we just picked up the guy, his name loses me right now, the guy we originally traded for who failed his physical. We went and picked him up again to create some kind of depth in the running back position. I think Frank Gore is a hell of a running back, but at the end of the day, the man is still 37 years old. So we might see a lot of people, kind of daring Donald to throw. And I think if Donald can steady himself, get in a rhythm, which I thought Gase was going to do, nice little screens, quick passes, real fast slants, get your quarterback into a rhythm. And that's the kind of quarterback Sam Darnold is. I think he's a good quarterback. Do I think he's going to be great? I still say the jury is out. But he's a rhythm guy. You get him in a rhythm, he'll tear anybody apart. He'll pick and pop. I mean, last year we put up 34 points 3 games in a row. So if you get him into a rhythm early, the man will be on the entire game. But if he starts missing, things start getting into his head, and then next thing you know, man, the man's got 10 interceptions and throwing the ball all over the place. So hopefully this week coming up, we can get Donald into some kind of rhythm. The offensive line already proved that it can hold up against extreme pressure. And again, Buffalo Bill has one of the best defensive lines in the game. We're going against another team. We'll get into that. So I want to say, obviously, for Sam Darnold, wasn't his best game. Got to do better. 3rd overall pick. I don't want to hear all this. It's Adam Gase. It's this. It's that. I'm not saying the system isn't bad or the play calling isn't bad, but at the end of the day, when you misthrow wide open wide receivers, that has nothing to do with the coach. And I understand a lot of things are going to fall on Adam Gase because he is the head coach, but at the end of the day, he can't throw it too. Wide open wide receivers. He's just missing it. So there were wide receivers open. And if he'd have made those throws, obviously things would have went different. All right. So I would like to see better, I want to say better play calling, but I want to get Sam Darnold into a rhythm. Let's get him some short passes, some screens, get him a little confidence. And if you can start that, Sam Darnold will become a dangerous player in the game. So you just got to be real careful with that. All right, so let's get into the defensive side of the ball. Greg Williams. I know we're not the greatest at the cornerback position, which is why Greg Williams plays a lot of zone. And we got tore apart in the first half by Josh Allen out rushing every last one of his running backs by himself because he was running shot. And that didn't stop until the second half where we started going man to man and we had May shadow him or someone else shadow him, and he wasn't able to get those runs he was getting in the first half. Give and take. I would rather him beat us with his arm where yes, it's very powerful, but he showed you he's not the most accurate person in the world. So at the end of the day, I would rather keep him in the pocket and have him throw all over the place with the not the greatest of cornerbacks that we have. He changed that in the second half, and yes, he weren't able to do the things he was able to do in the first half. Defensive line, I really was impressed with the defensive line. We got constant pressure, which is the reason why Josh was out running. We missed that I count, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I counted at least five missed sacks, which again changed the whole dynamic of the game if those sacks are made. Josh Allen is 6'5". He's a big guy, but you got to make those tackles, guys. But again, no preseason games. You've been playing against your own team, which you're not going to really tackle. You're going to kind of like hit or try to hold because you don't want to injure your own player. And again, it just goes back to show the importance of having preseason games. Can't argue it no more, people. But for the most part, the defensive line was in the backfield the entire game. The entire game. All right. Lot of penalties. Over 100 yards in penalties, false starts, pass interference, holding. Pierre Desir got benched. Multiple penalties on him. And that's what I love about Greg Williams. I don't care what kind of star you are, how much we paid you. If you're not playing right, we're going to sit your ass down. Heston came in, came in and played pretty well. I honestly say, as far as the corners are concerned, Bless Austin played a massive, superb game. That man was licking people, laying people out, hits, caused fumbles. I think we definitely caught a gem with Bless Austin being hurt and being able to pick him up when we did. And we got Hall, who has the same characteristics, nice size, length, great cover, can run. And once he gets healthy, obviously, we can implement him in there. But shout out to Bless Austin, man. Played a phenomenal physical game. And for a while, they stopped throwing his way because he was laying them out. Obviously, defense still gave up a lot of points, but I do want to give Just Do what they're doing. And I want to give May. Wow, man. Wow. I've always said May has been one of the most underrated safeties in the game. But when you're playing alongside when you're playing alongside Jamal Adams, who's the magnificent player that he is, no one's really really paying attention to you like they should because everyone's focused on Jamal Adams. And Marcus May, through Greg Williams' tutelage, pretty much played Josh Allen and had multiple sacks, multiple pass defense, 2 forced fumbles. Man had a beast of a game. So that lets you know right there. So where we're worried about, okay, can Marcus May step into where Jamal Adams was? Can he still play at that level, at that high intensity? And the man showed you, yes, played the best game of his life, giving the opportunity to do that. So at the end of the day, I will say you continue to look more forward to him being the monster that he was in week 1, because he's going to be playing that position the entire year. And as long as he's able to stay healthy, he's definitely in his contract year, Marcus May, is going to get paid, if not by us, by definitely someone else. But I like the way our general manager goes about things, and I can say no matter what our record is, if Marcus May can stay healthy and continue to do what he's doing, he'll get a contract before the season is out. It'll be definitely one of those extensions and things like that. We can't do without Marcus May and Jamal Adams, even though Aston Davis was drafted. So, the guy we got from McDonald, the guy we got from Seattle's only here for 1 year. So it's not like we have him for multiple years. But for overall, I think on both sides of the ball, we have to do better. The defense has to stop making so many penalties. You have to be more focused. Pay attention, watch the snap. Don't worry about the hard counts. And on the offensive side of the ball, again, I want to get our quarterback into a rhythm. And once he can get into a rhythm, that's when he's at his best, when he has the confidence behind him. So, again, shout out to the Buffalo Bills. We got our butts kicked, but we had a lot of bad spots, but we also had some good spots, and you definitely want to give the credit to the individuals who deserved it. All right, second week coming up. We're home against the San Francisco 49ers. Where is it? There we go. We're home. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the 49ers are favored by 6 or 5 or 6 points. Their number one offensive guy, Kittles, I think is hurt, and I'm not sure if he will be playing this game, which is a major plus for us. That's one less weapon we would have to worry about. San Francisco has a good defense also. I don't think they're on the level with the Buffalo Bills. So I think if we were able to contain the Buffalo Bills like we were, and we come into this game and continue that consistent offensive line play, we get Donald in some kind of quick screens or whatever we got to do, slants, outs, get him into a rhythm, get him out of his own head, and I think we will be able to move the ball on the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not saying we're going to run all the way up and down and pass all up and down, but we will be able to move the ball on these guys. Just got lit up. I'm not saying we have a wide receiver on the playing field of Hopkins, but the man pretty much went in there and got 150 yards in his first game with the Arizona. So they prove they can be passed on. If you could just give our offensive line, we'll be giving Donald the right amount of time to be able to throw some passes and get some people open. Again, I'm a fan. I'll never pick my team to lose under any circumstances. So obviously I see my team winning as long as we can stay focused on defense, cut out on the penalties. On the offensive side, we hand the ball off. We make them respect the run. The offensive line will hold up. It will give Donald into a rhythm, and he will be able to pass. I see this as being a close game. Obviously, you have defense on both sides of the ball. I'm not think San Francisco's quarterback is the greatest quarterback. He's not really a mobile quarterback. Even though he does have some athleticism, he's not going to want to run like Josh was running on us like he did. So it will give our defensive line a lot more time to get to him. So I see us picking up on sacks, being a lot more aggressive on defense. I'm not sure if Desir will start or Harrison will be there, but again, I like with what we're doing on the other side. So again, I see us winning. I'll never pick my team to lose. I am a fans fan. But as long as we play solid football on both sides of the ball, this will be a competitive game. We will not get blown out, and we will be in the game at the end. Again, if you guys feel you don't agree, you do agree, hey, man, hit me up, make a comment. I will converse with you. I don't argue at all. Your point of view is your point of view. We will be able to agree to disagree. Even Jet fans, if you feel different, hit me up. So that's this week's show again. Thank you for tuning in to Jets Fan Views. I will see you next Tuesday.